Hey FlossTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. I'm from Memphis. This is FlossTube number 2 for me. Today is Sunday, March the 28th. Hope everyone's had a wonderful week. Welcome. Nice to meet y'all if you're new, and nice to see y'all if this is your second time back. Second time back. I cannot believe y'all are so nice. I have gotten the nicest compliments. I have gotten the nicest shout outs. Like, I put a post on my Instagram and almost immediately, both Park Hopper Bart and Lollipop Stitches, they both like reposted that I had a FlossTube going up. I had the nicest shout out from Mary Ashcraft. She's so sweet. Y'all should go watch her, you know. And also Sammie Liz said such nice things about my first FlossTube, and Carrie over at Three Trail Stitchers. I mean, you guys, above and beyond, so nice. So I really appreciate it. This is a wonderful community. I did have to watch my first FlossTube back because, you know, I kept saying, oh, I'll link so-and-so below in my description box, and I'll link so-and-so below. And it's easy to forget people. I kept thinking, well, I wasn't sure if I said something. Oh, yes, I did. So I had to watch it back. Okay. When I watched it back, I felt like, you know that scene in Girls Just Want to Have Fun when Janie, Sarah Jessica Parker, is standing up in front of her new class in high school and she's like, but above all, I love to dance. Y'all, that's what I looked like last week. What? Where was my Lynn Stone? You know, the cool Helen Hunt chick with the hat with the grasshopper thing on it? I needed her last week.
Hobbies, outside interests.
See what I like to do. I like listening to music, and I like doing gymnastics, and I love to dance.
That was me. But I meant it. I do mean it. I do mean it. I love to stitch. So this is great. This is fun. I've had the best time interacting with everybody these last few weeks. It's just been great. I'm a little bit later coming back this second time around than I planned on. I worked a good bit. There's a couple of sites that I work at. Well, I am a PRN worker. So basically if you need to take off, you're going on vacation or you're sick or whatever, I'm the person they call to work for you. So I work at a few different sites, and one of the sites I work at, I love to work there, but they're like 14-hour days. So on those days, I don't get to stitch very much. So I got a little bit behind. But everything's going great here. I got my little buddy here with me again today. Let me let Winnie say hi, so then she can get back and lay down. Winnie, say hi. Say hi, Winnie. Yep, that's my good girl. She keeps me company while I'm stitching. Winnie's a 5-month-old Shih Tzu puppy, so she goes for her last set of shots tomorrow. She's great. And then, so I got a little bit behind, and we had a bunch of bad storms. I know, the South, we get hammered every year, and awful things happen, and people lose their lives and homes, and it's been a rough week. But last night was really something. Woo, it was a long night. But enough about that. I was busy though. My daughter and her fiance picked their wedding venue. Super nice place. So we now have a wedding date. It's not until the fall of 2022, but they've got a wedding date and a place, and they're on the books, so it's a go. So that's exciting. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. You know, Easter's coming up, so my son has a light week at school this week. He just goes to school on Monday, and then he's pretty much off till the Tuesday after Easter. I don't have a heavy work week either, so hopefully I can get some stitching done amidst all of the doctor's appointments and new shoe buying, expeditions we have to go on, things like that. But that's the game plan around here. Hopefully I can get some more stitching done because I'm a little bit behind on some stuff. But something I'm not behind on is I finished my rabbit warren. Okay, so like I talked about last week, I was stitching a special piece for my aunt using my grandmother's Danish flower threads, and I framed it, finished it, you name it, and it's so cute. Oh, I think it turned out really good. I think she's gonna love it. I missed her birthday deadline, but it's gonna go in the mail tomorrow, or FedEx, and you know, it'll get there. Maybe by the end of the, nah, probably be April. But anyway, yeah. So this is Rabbit Warren by Not Forgotten Farm. I did a conversion from the DMC used for Not Forgotten Farm to the Danish flower threads that I had of my grandmother's. I was able to match it pretty closely. I had to fiddle with some of the browns and grays and those little blue flowers, the middle part, that kind of peachy pinky color. I really was trying to get a lighter color for that, but I just didn't have it on hand. My grandmother didn't have any left, so that's what we have here. But so there she is. I stitched this on, oh, this is the best fabric. It's a 32 count, picture this plus, and it is called Havisham. I love this fabric. Like, it is, it's not really showing up here, but it's a white creamy color, and then it's got little hints of lavender and then some yellowy splotches in it. It's so good. I got it at my LNS maybe last spring, and when I tried to get some more, of course they didn't have it because it's picture this plus, but when I started investigating to look it up, I guess it was a market release for 2020. So it's so good. I did find some more, so I ordered it, and have to kind of have it on hand as one of my staples. But there's my Rabbit Warren. And I framed it using Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch's pin framing tutorial. It was super helpful. It's the first time I've framed something and put batting underneath it. I did prefer it to lacing because, I don't know, I'm not very good about lacing stuff. Like, the few that I've done have just looked not very good. So this was easier for me. I think if I had one of those little fancy fillet things, I would be happier, but actually I just had this frame. It's a frame that's got like something about drink your coffee in the morning underneath it that I got from a big box store, and it just ended up being the perfect size that I had. So I just kind of lucked out on that because it's not a normal frame size. But anyway, I think my aunt will love it. And it was a really fun stitch. And I'll be stitching something else with those Danish flower threads because I have a decent sized box of it. I just have to be kind of particular about what patterns I pick because I really, like I said before, I don't have any light cream or ecru or anything like that. Anyway, that's Rabbit Warren. Okay, now let's see. Let's talk about some of my whips here. I'll just start with my stitch-alongs. SALs, S-A-L, people who don't know, stitch-alongs, whips, works in progress. So my first one that I finished was part 7 of my Dark Queen of the Sea by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Part 7 of this, well, when we got it, is just this little top piece here, her little coral things poking out, crown, other little framing. On the FlossTube, Aaron kind of explained some of these elements of his design, and he was going for an Art Deco look, so that's what these little framed in parts are. Anyway, so part 8 will come out the 1st of April, and I'm ready to go for that one. But let me show you my girl. There she is. Oh gosh, let me scoot back. Can you see all of her? Ooh, she is a big girl, y'all. And she's getting prettier by the minute. I love it. I'll kind of get in close so you can see some detail on that part I finished last week. Yep, love her, love her. She is on Under the Sea Fabrics, 32 count, opalescent bewitched. Under the Sea Fabrics, beautiful. When I took a picture of her for my Instagram this week, all the green kind of popped out of this fabric. Very cool. So, love her. She's coming along really well. My next stitch along, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, Christmas Wreath Club. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have finished up to clue 4. This little section up here is clue 5. I haven't started that one yet, but I'll get it done in time. kind of zoom in. Cool thing about this stitch along is when we're done, as you can see in the picture, we're going to turn it into a pillow. They're going to give us finishing instructions. That should be interesting because I don't have a sewing machine and I'm not a seamstress, but I'm going to figure it out. Here's where we are. Pretty cute. That Santa beard was a beard, but actually that wasn't the hardest part of this clue. The hardest part was that this blue ornament with the white in it. That was a lot of counting. I had to really be like on my game with that one because, although probably if I'd have miscounted a little bit, you wouldn't be able to tell, but anyway, hot mess. It took me a long time to get through that. This was kit fabric, so it was 28 count. Picture this plus Heartland. Oh, and this one lives in one of my favorite project bags from Goose Designs. Got all the Disney, the Mickey going on. Got my little buddy in there. Super cute. All right, my last stitch along, 3 stitch alongs. I'm trying really hard to keep up with these every month, but it is really something keeping me busy. Right here, Stitching Book Club. Sense and Sensibility. This was part 2, so it was this whole top section right here. All right. Stitching Book Club. This has been a great stitch along. Pretty colors, nice fabric. I've been listening to the book on Audible because I haven't read the book, but I am listening to it on Audible as I stitch. It's getting a little bit juicy. They just released part 3 this weekend, and then when that's finished, they're going to show us how to finish this up, and I guess we'll be on to the next one, which I believe is going to be Little Women. Haven't seen any information out about that yet as far as like kits or anything, but this one's great, the Stitching Book Club. And there's my progress. So that's part 1 and part 2. There's my super cute Beatrix Potter needle minder by CricklewoodCrossing. I love them. They'll be linked in the description box because I have plenty of their stuff. But see, the colors are really nice. And this fabric is really nice too. It doesn't wrinkle, I guess. I think it's an even weave of some kind, but it's nice. It's kind of stretchy too. And she actually dyed this for the kit. But she dyed this, and then she also gave, if you weren't able to get this kit or you couldn't find any light blue fabric and you wanted to do it on white, she gave us she gave you like a second option to with different colors so it would show up on the white. But I love it. It's very pretty. It lives in super cute project bag from CricklewoodCrossing. It's all like Jane Austen inspired. Very nice. So those are my stitch alongs, okay? Done with the stitch alongs for the month. Let's see. WIPGO. I'm behind on WIPGO. So every month, my WIPGO, I'll just show you my WIPGO board. This is my WIPGO board. And every month, my goal is to stitch 16 hours on a project. And when I mean 16 hours, I mean literally 16 hours. Like if I'm stitching, I start the stopwatch. If I stop to go to the bathroom, take the dog out, you know, unload the dishwasher, I pause my little stopwatch thing. And then when I sit back down to stitch, I start it up again. So I do keep really close track of my hours. The WIPGO weekend, I met my goal, but I had one of those long 14-hour days on that Friday, so I couldn't stitch that Friday. So I made my goal for like 4 hours per project for the weekend. So that's 8 hours of stitching basically. But so that wasn't as much as I had done the month before. So I'm a little bit, like I said, I am definitely behind. I've got a few days left of the month. I'm going to try to really push through and concentrate, especially on Joy to the World. So Joy to the World was number 10. And I have done 8 hours on Joy to the World. Here's Joy to the World. This is Joy to the World by Twin Peaks Primitives. Twin Peak Primitives. Super cute chart. I love it. They had this as a free offering around the holiday season. I just happened to see one of their posts on Instagram, and they're basically like, email us if you're interested in getting this free chart. So I jumped on it. It's been a fun stitch. I've got a lot done. I would say I had the bulk of it done. So, you know, I've got 8 hours to go. Maybe I could get it. I don't know. We'll see. But here's where I am. There we go. So you can see I basically got, oops. Oh, wait. I've got the bottom left to do, finish the border up and that little Quaker symbol snowflakey thing up here. And then I have been using some Petite Treasure braid, kind of like sparkly, glistening snow to go back over some of this white. So I will need to do that on the top of this. But here we go. That's Joy to the World by Twin Peak Primitives. And this needle minder, isn't that cute? CricklewoodCrossing again. So my second WIPGO project for this month was Unicorn Tapestry. And I'm even more behind on this one. Let's see, what have I done? I've done 4 hours on this. So that means I basically have 12 hours left to get done on this month. So probably not going to happen by the end of this month. But the interesting thing is Jessie Marie called 2 numbers this weekend, and both of those numbers are Unicorn Tapestry. So I'll be doing lots of Unicorn Tapestry. I had Unicorn Tapestry on my WIPGO board 3 times for the year in the hopes that I could get it finished, and looks like I'm gonna try to get it finished this coming month. So just in case you don't know what WIPGO is, WIPGO was an idea that Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff came up with. It's basically like a bingo board. And what you do, this is my WIPGO board. People have really nice ones. They have like, I don't know, Michelle Bendy the other day, she showed hers, and you know, hers was like super nice and neat and clean, and on her, it's like a Excel file or something fancy like that. Maybe not. I'm a little bit computer. So anyway, this is my WIPGO board. And basically what you do is in the beginning of the year, you would plug in your projects, your goals, whatever you want to accomplish for WIPGO for the year. And then every month, Jessie Marie calls numbers, and that's how you know what you're going to work on. Some people set it up where they want to get their goal done during the month, and then other people set it up to where they give themselves the whole year to complete their goal, which I may run into that a little bit on these 2 this month since I'm behind, but we shall see. We shall see. And the goals, you can set them yourself. I had a little bit of hard time at first picking my goals because I didn't want to pick something too challenging and then fail every month, but I didn't want to make it so easy that I didn't see progress. So actually, I got really good advice from Pam. You know, Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching Pam, and some good advice about just, you know, making it manageable but a little bit challenging, and I was able to do that. So that was great. You know, speaking of which, Pam and Steph, they're like amazing. Okay, I have Pam and Steph on right now. They're like my moral support. They're on mute, but they're playing because I watch those 2 every Sunday. And I've started, when I first started watching them, I went back to like their first FlossTube because they have like 100 and something. And I went back to it, and I've been watching them, like catching up. I'm like on 77, like of catching up. So I watch at least 1 on Sunday, and then at least maybe 1 or 2 during the week to get caught up because they're wonderful. They're wonderful. They make me smile. They make me laugh. They're great. Love them. So if you haven't seen Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching, go check them out. So let me show you my Unicorn Tapestry. I did get some stuff done in that 4 hours. So I didn't have like this whole side over. Well, I had the bunny done, but like this stuff, I know I didn't have that little snowdrop done, but I didn't have like a lot of this done. So I did finish that in the 4 hours. So I basically have the top left 1/4 of my piece complete. This is like top left quadrant right here. Okay. And oh yeah, my little Bernie needle minder. I found out about that through Pam and Steph. This is, I think it's a Space Cat Crazy is her Etsy. I'll link it below. I think her name is Caitlin, if I remember correctly. They were talking about this. when that Bernie story came out about these mittens at the inauguration and all those memes came out, oh my gosh, did y'all see those memes on Instagram? They were so good. I was dying. Julie from Kansas City Girl in Colorado World, she put like all of them on her story. And I think I told her, I think my favorite one was the one of where Bernie was sitting there. It was like the scene from Twilight where Edward and Bella are in the meadow and there's Bernie in the meadow. It was hilarious. It was so good. It was so good. But anyway, that's where I am on Unicorn Tapestry. You'll be seeing more of that in the next couple weeks, I'm pretty sure. And it lives in this, I really like this project bag. Isn't it pretty? It's like all castle-y and Disney-fied and waterfalls. I got this bag from Annie, the Joy-Filled Stitcher, one of her D-stashes. She's great. She makes my Friday nights so fun. I mean, like, my husband hears her singing that song, which I could sing right now, but I won't. And he's like, oh, that's the friendly lady. She's so nice. So she is so nice. Anyway, this is a great bag. I really like it. All right, so sales are under control here. WIPGO, not so much, but you know, it is what it is. I do have something exciting to talk about. So I love those gobble couples. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but AuryTM, who I love, she does this whole series of these 2 turkeys, and she names them different things. And the first one that I fell in love with was George and Martha, and they're like the Pilgrim Thanksgiving turkey couple, and Kristen from Steel City Stitchers was stitching it, and I was like, God, I gotta find that, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It was like just not, she wasn't putting them out right then. And then I heard a little buzz that AuryTM was going to start putting her stuff back out again, and I got in touch with Bobby. Now, Bobby has an Etsy store that's fantastic. It's called Pumpkin Creek Prim, and she also has a really good floss tube that I watch every Monday when she puts that up. And Bobby said she would be able to get those, and Bobby can get some stuff, and then she can get it to you like fast. So as soon as she got it, she messaged me and said, hey, I got it, and I've got them put up on the site. Go on and order it. So I got them. I've also ordered another gobble couple from her, which was Patrick and Molly O'Gobble. They're so cute. But I knew I wanted to start them this month because it's March, right? So here they are by AuryTM. So I did get a start. Not as much done as I wanted to, but I did get a start. Here's Patrick. Isn't he cute? Yeah. So Patrick is on a 32 count linen by Ardith Designs. It's called Rusty Mountain. And this super blingy shamrock needle minder is from Autumntown Stitchery. And here's the thing. I posted my progress. Yes, my progress on Instagram of Patrick. And Jessica Allison, her Instagram is Down Allison Road, was like, hey, let's do a gobble couple Sal. And I'm like, hey, yeah, that sounds great. So I'm like, well, what are we going to call it? You know, because that can get complicated. So she's like, why don't we just be like Gobble Couple Sal? So I checked and made sure that there wasn't already a Gobble Couple Sal and put the announcement up that we were starting this Sal. And that, you know, if you had one that you're already stitching on, join us. If you want to start one, join us. No rules, no necessary start dates. Let's just go and get these stitched. So this is so exciting. Designer of Gobble Couples, AuryTM, comments on my post and is like, hey, I'm stitching a new gobble couple and I'm going to join the stitch along and I'm going to put a sneak peek when I get to it. She's going to, you know, I guess probably when she gets done or to a certain point or whatever, going to put a sneak peek up, but she is doing the Sal with us. So excited to have her join us. I mean, she's amazing. Obviously, I love her designs. This is not the only AuryTM that I have. So then I was talking to Sammie Liz about it, and she's ordered one. She's going to be doing one. She's going to be joining us. And then I just watched this week's Steel City Stitchers, and Erin had commented that she was going to be joining us, so she was talking about it on Steel City Stitchers. So join us. If you have a gobble couple, hashtag Gobble Couple Sal. We would love to see your progress and have you join in the fun. Super, super excited. Now, I forgot to talk about this in the last one. I looked back and I started to talk about it, and then for some reason I chunked the project bag behind me and was like, okay, not right now. And then I didn't talk about it. So I don't know what that's about. But Abi BellaStitch started a thing in the beginning of the month called Stitch Asia. And she actually just put a post up about this today on Instagram. She started it at first kind of because she wanted to stitch her Asian projects. And then she was like, well, you know, maybe like Asian themed or Asian designs. And then it was like, well, let's also support our Asian designers. And then it's like, well, this horrible stuff that's gone on, let's support our Asian community. And so she put a post up today that was basically like, she's going to continue Stitch Asia through the whole year, not just the month of March, because she put up a post about positivity, love, and support for the entire Asian community. I love that. So I actually had a March 1st Stitch Asia project. It is Autumn Dream by Cottage Garden Samplings. And the designer is Asian. I don't know if she's Asian American or Asian. I don't know that. But her name is Vinny P.S. Tan. And the reason why I found out that she was an Asian designer was from Abi BellaStitch's Instagram account. Isn't this pretty? I love this one. I think I first saw this one stitched by Amanda May of Ardith Designs. Yeah, I think that's where I first saw it. And I fell in love with it. So I've had this one for a little bit. But, oh my gosh. It's on a 36 count. Now, 32 count is my jam, guys. But 36 count makes me work. And so I'm using the called for fabric. It's a 36 count sanguine. Okay, where was I? I'm not really sure if it was because my phone wasn't charged enough or if I ran out of space, but my phone just stopped recording. So back to where I was before. I was talking about Autumn Dream, my Stitch Asia project, being on 36 count linen by Weeks. And this is a called for linen. It's sanguine is the color. It's really a pretty color, but gosh, 36 is a stretch for me. Like I really prefer stitching on 32, and I like using 2 strands of floss. This is 1 strand of floss, and I don't know, it just takes me a while to count. Counting just takes me a while on this, so it's not a huge amount of progress, but it's really pretty, isn't it? Those colors. I'm using the called for colors. Really nice. So I'm glad that we're going to be doing Stitch Asia all year long. Okay, so my Autumn Dream lives in this really cute project bag. This is So Much to Love project bags. I am in their bag of the month club, and this was our January bag. Isn't it beautiful? I really like that. Next thing I worked on this month was I do the Dark 13 stitching. Dark 13 hashtag was something that I know Emily of Eclectic Possessions, and I don't remember the other person, I'm sorry, that she started this with. But Dark 13, you're supposed to stitch your spooky, haunty stuff. Usually I do stitch my Happy Haunts by Good Morning Maui, but I thought this month I would try to put some stitches in this one. This one is Praised by Praiseworthy Stitches, Blue Moon Manor. Oh, this one is so cute. I love that moon. This is a complicated pattern. It has a lot of blending filaments, glow-in-the-dark stuff, buttons, lots of stitching. It's a big pattern, you name it. But it's really fun. I have been intimidated to start it. In fact, when I started, I put on my post that I was intimidated to start it. And one of the ladies from Praiseworthy Stitches was like, don't be intimidated. Do like bottom left corner start, which I did, which I've never done that before. I usually start top left, sometimes middle. But so I'm stitching this on the called for fabric. This is Picture This Plus Cauldron. Actually, I lucked out, and my LNS, local needlework shop or store, is Stitchers Inc. in Memphis, and they had this in stock, this cauldron. So there's where I got. And there wasn't a ton of stuff done. I had a long work day that day, so, you know, it is what it is. But I made some progress. Yeah. Cute. Oh, this one lives in another cute project bag. This is by Lake House Stitch Co. And I heard about this bag maker from Cassandra of Autumntown Stitchery. She was going over, she kind of went on a bag buying spree and was trying to find the ones she liked and the sizes she liked. And she was talking about this person, Lake House Stitch Co. And I believe the woman's name is Gigi. And she makes these bags because she helps financially support her granddaughter. So the proceeds from her bags help her out with that. So anyway, and they're great bags. They're made really great. She ships fast. Love it. So check that one out on Etsy. I will link that in the description box below as well. Okay, so I finally got to start for my anniversary start Robin Hood Sampler by Park Hopper Bart. I've been dying to start this one. I love this. So this is cool. This is the one I told you about last week that is based off the movie, the Disney movie Robin Hood, but that you can change it. You can change the initials in the middle to match like you and your husband's or wives or your spouse's initials. Very inclusive chart because Bart included not just boy and girl foxes, but boys and boys and girls, and that's included in your pattern. And there also has a place where you can put your wedding date. Very cool. So I'm excited. I've started this one and I got a good bit done. And these colors are so good. Aren't they pretty? I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't expect them to jump out like that. And they are so pretty. I'm doing this on the called for fabric. It's like a stone or nougat or something like that, or it's a combination of that. But isn't this great? This cute little gnome right here. He's from Autumntown Stitchery, needle minder. But yeah, this is gonna be so good. So I gotta get back to working on that sometime soon. It lives in the February bag of the month from So Much to Love. It's cute. Next thing I worked on the 25th of the month, I do Merry 25 stitching. So I stitch on a Christmas piece, which I love Christmas. I like to stitch all the Christmas. This one is really fun. This one is a Christmas Eve sampler by Joan Elliott. When I saw this, I was like, I love this so much. And actually, what got me, how I found this was Carla Roladex Stitcher. She's on FlossTube. She's great. She started a Halloween sampler by Joan Elliott, and I thought hers is so good. The colors are so good on hers. It's like she's got like a purpley fabric with like different shades of purple stitching. It looks so good. I even messaged her about what she thought I could do with this one. She had some good suggestions. I ended up going with, because it's supposed to be black with like a gold Kreinik. I ended up not going for the black. I went for 500, DMC 500. So this is where I am on this one. It's on a 32 count vintage smoky white. It's a big piece, so I've got a long ways to go, and it kind of takes a long time to stitch too. And this area right here, that is almost a skein of DMC. So DMC. So I'm glad I bought the box. You might notice that this video is going to be a little bit choppy because the dog's trying to chew her bone with her collar tag banging on the tripod, and the cat's chomping away, and you name it. So here we go. All right, so on the 26th of every month, I stitch on Autumntown by Autumntown Stitchery. This is a stitch along that Kristen of the Steel City Stitchers and NBC Stitcher on Instagram, they started this hashtag holiday hangover sale that started December 26th. I don't have this printed in color, but it is a beautiful pattern. This is not doing it justice. I special ordered the fabric that was called for. It is called Apple Harvest by Mountain Air Fabrics, and it took me quite a while to get it. So I wasn't able to start it until January 26th. But so I stitch on the 26th of every month, and that's where I am now. I love it. So this green color is the grass, so you don't have to stitch the grass. Very cool. Great idea. These trees are beautiful. This tree, the red stuff, that's a Gloriana silk. And this one's an overdye. And they did a mix of Glorianas, overdyes, and DMC. Anyway, it's a fun stitch. It's going to take me a while because it's a big piece. And like I said, I definitely, right now, have only been able to stitch on the 26th. I think I do have it on my WIPGO. So I'll get some time in it 1 month this year for sure. It lives in another cute project bag that Joy-Filled Stitcher Annie made. Isn't this cute? It's for sure. It lives in another cute project bag that Joy-Filled Stitcher Annie made. Isn't this cute? It's Wizard of Oz fabric. Oh, so cute. Got that during one of her destashes too. She had great destashes. I think she's done for a while because she's kind of quit on adding to her stash, but loved it. Okay, and then I told you last month that I belong to the Enchanted Stitching Challenges on Facebook, and every month they pick a movie. So this month's movie, March's movie, was Meet the Robinsons, which I hadn't watched in a really, really long time, and I watched it yesterday. Oh my gosh, it made me cry, especially at the end. What the heck? The music and everything. Oh, but what you do is you stitch on a piece during the movie, and then you like take a picture at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie, and then you add your points to the group. So anyway, I stitched on a Disney piece because that gives you a little bit of extra points, and my Disney piece that I stitched on was Happy Haunts by Good Morning Maui. I did show this on my last FlossTube. I love this one. I do usually stitch on this one for Dark 13 stitching and my Disney watch party every month. And I'm done with this row. And then it was on my WIPGO board last month, so I got right about here done. So during the movie, I was kind of watching the movie, so I didn't get a ton of stitching done. But during the movie, I did finish this little dude's head, the statue's head, and some tree, and some more tree. And let me just confess right now. Okay, I guess because I was watching the movie. No, I probably made that mistake when I was doing it for WIPGO. But I was 1 stitch short on the width of this guy's head. It was supposed to be like ear to ear, 18 stitches. And I had 17. So I really wasn't up for frogging because I had already done like all of the back stitching on his face and done his little cheeks, and I'd done his eyes. And I didn't want to move everything for this 1 stitch. So my solution is I added a 2nd row of green tree right next to him to make up, you know, to make sure that things still line up for this pattern. So hopefully that is a good fix. Happy Haunts. Oh, I gotta show you my Happy Haunts needle minder. This is my project tracker page from Ardith Designs. These are great. Helps me keep up with how many days I've worked on a project. And I do mark, like, if I don't work a whole day, like even if I just work 30 minutes at night, I mark it on here. So maybe it's not the best indicator of how much time I've put into it, but I like to know what days I've actually touched the project. And these are 2 of my favorite Haunted Mansion needle minders that I have. So cute, right? Yeah. And of course it lives in one of my favorite So Much to Love bags. Adorable. Okay, so that's pretty much it for everything that I've worked on so far in the last few weeks. Now it's time to move on to the haul section, which is fairly hefty this week because I got some Needlework Expo stuff that came into my LNS. And most of it's come in. I'm still waiting on a few charts, but the bulk of it has arrived. Sorry for the crinkles. Oh, I had also had to order a little button pack for Blue Moon Manor that came in. Cute, right? Yeah. All right, let's go over my Needlework Expo haul. So excited about these. Some of these I had pre-ordered, and some of them they were there when I went, so I might have grabbed one. Here's my first one, the blue flower. This one's Tudor Swan by Janine McGowan. I love the blue flower. And this is beautiful. And it's actually charted with silks, so I might go that route. So beautiful. So excited to get started on that one. Not sure when that's going to happen, but I've got it when I want to. The next one is this Abominable bundle by Plum Street Samplers. Oh, geez, that glare is bad. How cute is this? So I'm not sure who or what LNS or Stitching Club or whatever, but there was like this one and one of Bigfoot, and I think they were like a special release for a certain group of people, and then she released them to everyone at the Expo this year. So isn't that cute? It's got like a dad and a mom and a baby. Anyway, it's funny. My kids always call Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom, they call it the Yeti, so I thought that was kind of funny. My kids appreciate that. My next one is from Hands On Design, and it's the 25th, and it's Block Party. Isn't that cute? Cute. I love Christmas stuff. It comes with this little piece of wool, like to finish the top of it. Isn't that nice? And I have ordered the pins. They're little pins that go on the top that say 25th. They didn't have them in stock, but at my LNS, but she's ordered them for me, and they'll be in soon. Isn't that so cute? I love it. Love it. The next one is from Keslin's, called Cross Stitch Fun. This thing is huge, but I mean, I couldn't not. Do you see this? See, it is. It's 445 high, 445 stitches high by 267 wide. This is a big mama jama. But it is so fun. Look at this cat. I had to get it because this cat, is not coming into focus very well. There's so much fun stuff on there. But it is, it's stitched on 40 count. I'm not doing this on 40 count. I know it's going to be huge if I don't, but it's going to be huge if I do. But I don't think, with all these little motifs, I don't think I'm going to be able to get into a groove to where I think I'm going to have to stick to 32 so I enjoy stitching it. I'm looking forward to picking out something really pretty to use for my floss. Like maybe even one of those hanks of like Mrs. Seda silks, or like, I like that oxide. Have you seen that? That's really pretty. Just something fun since it's, you know. All right, this one is by Pedal Pusher. While Away the Hours. Oh, I love this. Don't you just sing this in your head? Like, if I only had a brain. This is so good. This is Wizard of Oz song. I love this one. I'm looking forward to starting this one. I might start this one kind of soon because it's springy. And I'm kind of on the prowl for a spring stitch. I did just get my, the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. They have a bunch of stuff in there, but I really like this one. This might be it. Or this one, because I love this one. I love this one. I don't even like chickens. Like, I'm not a chicken person. I don't have chickens all over the house. But I saw this. They're so cute. Look at this one. This one is so stinking cute. Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful by Tiny Modernist. I'm thinking I'll have to start this one soon too. I love this one. Super, super cute. And this month, So Much to Love bag of the month has chickens on it. So I already have the perfect project bag. So, you know. Yeah, done deal, right? Okay, my last thing I got from Needlework Expo, well, my last thing that's available is Satsuma Street. Oology. Aren't those so cute? I think these are the funkiest, cutest little birds. I don't know. I love the little things coming off the top of their head. And the colors. Yeah, I had to have that one. So very springy as well. That's my haul from Expo. I'm still waiting on, I got one of the Erica Michaels that's like an Irish blessing, and I've got Twin Peak Primitives. I've got, it's like a kind of a sampler with strawberries in it. I've got that one coming. And then, oh, Teresa Kogut, Halloween Whimsy. It's got that little girl with the really, really cute dress on it with stars on it. Cute witch girl. She's adorable. So yeah, those should be in soon, I hope. So a few more things for haul. Like I showed you this bag. This was March bag of the month from So Much to Love. You know, every month she puts the cutest stuff in here. It's like you get so much besides just a bag. Like look at these little for your thread, and this little, it's a chicken. Oh, yeah, that chicken Tiny Modernist is definitely going in this thing. Look at this. See that? Isn't that cute? There's a chicken on it. Adorable. We've got some chamomile tea. And she even actually, Karen, she even came up with a spring chickens pattern. Isn't that cute? I could do that too. Speaking of chickens, this pattern, Tiny Modernist, and then Stitchy Princess on Etsy. I have some of her stuff. I've started to stitch the fox, and I have like a Kikimora, and I'll show you another one that I have. Oh, she has a really cute chicken one out too. It even has like chickens with like kerchiefs on their head. It's so cute. It reminds me of, have you seen the movie Hop? Yeah, that little crazy, but the little maniacal dictator chicken. It's like coup d'etat. Yeah, I mean, like that's what her chickens look like, the Stitchy Princess. I'm all about having to get that. She has some sort of code right now too, because she's been having her Etsy shop for the past year. So kind of a celebration. I don't know how much it is off or anything like that, but anyway, go check her out, Stitchy Princess on Etsy. I'll link her below. I got my fabric of the month from Brandy BeStitch Me. I do the club that is like 1 month color, 1 month neutral, back and forth. This is my neutral. This is so pretty. It's a, yeah, it's a green. It's kind of coming up. It's called Through the Stones, and this is perfect. I'm going to tell you why. Because last month, I got my husband to start watching Outlander with me. I had started it before, but I'm kind of a quitter on some stuff, like TV shows. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So I said, well, if I can get him to watch it, because he likes drama stuff like that, then I know I'll get to finish it. I have read the first book, but I never got beyond the first book. So we actually finished all 5 seasons, like in less than a month. We've been binging them. And I am not going to spoil this show for anybody, but all I can say is that Jamie and Claire do not know how to stay out of trouble. I have never seen people get into as much trouble as those two. But I love it. So this was a really, really timely named fabric for us this month. Okay. Next thing, this is a little story about this one too. All right, so the Black Needle Society has a retreat called Frogwarts. Last year was year 1, and this year's year 2. It's a digital retreat. I have never done it before, but I'm signed up to do this year's. I'm very excited. I'm on Team Hufflepuff, and like I said, I'm super excited about it. We have gotten the pattern like called for fabric and colors, and I've ordered my stuff. Super excited. And I did purchase Frogwarts year 1 just so I would have it to go along with all the other years, even though I wasn't even stitching or barely stitching or didn't know anything about this last year. So I have this, and I thought, well, you know, I'll get to it when I get to it, right? Came with a really, really cute needle minder. It's a chocolate frog. You see that? Oh yes, that's fabulous. Okay, so I have this chart. No hurry, no rush, right? I'm watching Mary Ashcraft on Friday, and she's been talking to Rocio, and so they were getting their stuff kitted up, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this thing kitted up too and get it going. So I did. And I'm excited. I was able to get most of everything I needed. My LNS had quite a few things. The fabric, the name of the company I ordered the fabric from was called Stitchlets, and it said it was a picture of this plus, and it said it was in stock. And I don't know if it was in stock or not. And I don't know if it's coming because they said they've processed my order and it should be on the way. And then underneath the fabric part between the fabric and the overdyes, it says 12 to 16 weeks. So maybe, I guess that means that I won't be getting that fabric anytime soon. If that's the case, I hate that it said in stock on the website or I wouldn't have ordered it, but you know, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it'll show up with the stuff. Maybe it's, who knows? I'm not going to spend any time or energy worrying about it. We'll see when the rest of it gets here, if it's included. If not, I'll figure something out. But I'm so excited. And so now I have to start this sometime. I don't know when. And I don't know when they're starting it, but the stuff's coming. Another thing that I messaged Rocio about. Rocio has a floss tube called Cocohamas Stitchery, and it's great. I've been watching it since pretty much I started stitching. And she's moved into a new home. She was in the Bahamas, but she's back in the United States, or actually she's back in Texas now. And she's been, you know, remodeling, and so she's got her stitchy spot. She calls it her lady layer all set up. And so she was giving us a tour of her lady layer, and she was showing us some of her finished items. And just so happens that I just got in this kit from Mirabilia that I have been waiting on. Miss New Year's Fairy. Isn't she cute? And Rocio has stitched this, and she's beautiful in person. Like when she flipped through her finishes that were hanging on her hanger and showed this, I was like, pause, I need to really zoom in and look at this. Beautiful. But I was curious as to what fabric she stitched her on, because this is the fabric it came with was just a 32 count natural linen. And you know, they have so many fancy fabrics now. I just wanted to make sure that I was using a fabric that did this fairy justice. So I did message Rocio and asked her, what was that the called for fabric? Because it looked similar. And she said, no, actually she had used like a raw natural linen with silver. So they actually sell this, I guess, with like some silver threads in it. So I did find that very inexpensively on 123 Stitch, and I've ordered it. But the kit is the way to go because it came with the pattern. It came with all of these, whoops, sorry, all of these beautiful overdyes. Oh my gosh, look at these, right? And it came with beads and Kreinik, and we are in business, Jack. I mean, this is great. This is great. This is great. This is great. So I'm excited to start this one. I'm not sure when exactly, but fabric should be here soon. I'm dropping everything today. So I'll let y'all know when that fabric comes in and see what it looks like compared to this good stuff. A few more things of haul left, and then we'll pop on to plans. So I ordered from Bobby at Pumpkin Creek Prim the gobble couple I showed you earlier, Patrick and Molly Gobble. Also, had really been wanting this one by AuryTM, and I'm like, you know, just get busy. I already have the fabric. I actually have the fabric ordered for it. And Alice. Look at Alice looking down the rabbit hole. That's amazing. And AuryTM actually has a blog up, and on her blog she explains like what all of these medallions are and mean and stand for and significance, and very interesting. So I ordered that from Bobby, and I also got these two super cute needle minders with some, she always puts some extra goodies in here, some cider and some stickers. Got this one. Look at this. My dad loved frogs and toads, and anyway, I thought it was really cute, and I got that. And then this is from the craft. I love this one. We Are the Weirdos, mister. Yeah, perfect. So, anyway, very fun. Very fun. And my last piece of haul I'm going to show you, I have actually had since February. But I'm so excited about it that I do want to show it. I wasn't doing FlossTube in February, so. It came from Keepsakes. So, I guess the end of January, beginning of February, Steph did a live sale for Keepsakes on Instagram. It was Dames of the Needle trunk show because they couldn't have their annual stitching thing they usually have in January. I can't remember the name of that right now. But so they did kind of a trunk show online for people live, and then you could just bid on things. And I did win a few things. I just want to show you. I got this piece of fabric from Dames of the Needle called Santa's Cocoa. Kind of a cool long cut, but a really, really pretty color. Yeah. Very nice. And probably what I'm most excited about was kind of one of these little Dames of the Needle finishing packs. I love this stuff. Like I said, I can't sew yet or anything, but it's got pom-pom, it's got velveteen, it's got, oh, look at all these. Yeah, I'm gonna do something fun with that. I don't know what yet. I'm gonna do something fun with that. So, I got those two from a live sale, and then I have been watching a FlossTube, probably like, what is that one called? What's her name? Little Yellow House, or I'll link her below too. She has really dark hair. I think it was her that was stitching this. The Night Before Christmas by Sue Hillis. And I know Sue Hillis is big buds with them at Keepsakes. So when I called, I just checked to see if they had her chart, and they did. So I really like this. I think this will actually, famous last words, I don't know that it'll take too long because it's so much lettering and everything, but I thought this would be a really nice classic piece to have for Christmas. And the ladies at Keepsakes were phenomenally nice. When I called to pay for my order, I think it was Lenny that helped me on the phone, and I came nice, and it was packaged super great, and my threads were all, my floss was all tied with the ribbon, and anyway, super great customer service experience. Would highly recommend. They know how to take care of you. So that is it for my haul. Plans. Basically, plans are to work on pretty much everything I think I've showed you. You know, I've got my stitch-alongs to keep up with. So, Dark Queen of the Sea, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, the Christmas Wreath Club, and the Sense and Sensibility be wrapping up. I have my WIPGO, so I'm be doing tons of unicorn tapestry, and hopefully I will get that joker knocked out within the next month. I'll do a dark 13, I always do. I'll do a Merry 25. I'll do my birthday stitch on the 8th. So I have kind of a, I'd like to work on that Robin Hood sampler some more. And of course my Gobble Couple Sal, I'll be working on that. Like I said, I'm looking for something springy to start. I'm thinking the chickens might be it, but I also have this one, and this one's little, and everything I'm working on is kind of big. So I feel like I need to probably have something kind of littler. But this is the Floral Fairy, and she's by Stitchy Princess. That's the one I was telling you about that had the cute chickens, and I've got Mrs. Fox, and I've got Kikimora, and isn't that precious? So what I did was, I think I'm gonna use this fabric I have, sorry again for the wrapping, from Stitch Me, Hibiscus. Isn't that pretty? I think I'm gonna use a little piece of that, and then I'm gonna do, it's just like called for DMC, except for, I think I'm gonna use this Fiberlicious one that I have, Jungle Cruise, to be like her hair and the green part of her dress. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's not a huge piece, so if I start stitching it, it doesn't look that great, I'm not gonna worry about it, but yeah, I think it might do. That's pretty much my plans. I mean, lots of stuff to work on. Let me think if I missed anything. I said thank you to everyone. Oh, also, I might start that Gilmore Girls. The one I got from Forbidden Fiber Co. I do want to start that one. Sammie Liz has really made some good progress on it, and it's making me want to work on it because I love that fabric. I do. But I do get kind of a winter vibe from that, so I'm kind of like, oh, it's so springy. You know, I do like to stitch what's going on when it's going on. I'm not very good at stitching in advance. Like, I'm not good at saying, oh, I need to stitch Thanksgiving now so I have something for Thanksgiving. I'm not really that good at that. Kind of like to do it in the moment. Okay, I've had to stop or pause this FlossTube so many times, but while I'm thinking about it, look at my cup. Let's see, I was born in the late 70s, so I watched lots of 80s cartoons. Isn't this amazing? Look at the Smurfs, y'all. Oh, so cute. I got this cup from Pink Daisies on Etsy, and I will link it below because she has some really fabulous tumblers. But I just want to wrap up by thinking about Mania. So I did not participate in March Madness just because I think I'm going to get behind on my stitch-alongs if I do stuff like that. Even though I really wanted to. Maybe next year. And the traditional construct of Stitch Mania, where you start a new project every day, or I don't know, 21 days because it's 2021 or whatever. People have just, this thing has morphed into all sorts of super cool things. So I know I cannot start something new every day. I don't really want to start something new every day. I probably could, but I don't want to. So I was thinking about maybe starting things that I have kitted, or here's my other idea. I already have 2 Owl Forests kits that I really want to start, and I've ordered 2 more. And I did go back and check, and I know I said like 2 different things on my last FlossTube about how long it took me to get it, but it actually took me less than a month to get my Owl Forest kits last time. So I have 2 more on the way, Enchanted Forest and Meadowlands or something similar to that. So I was thinking about doing like an Owl Forest May and starting a new one every week, and then having that be my focus piece each week, and kind of everything else would have to take a little bit of a back burner. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't want to get behind on these stitch alongs, but Mania looks so fun. So I'm conflicted about that. So let me know what you think. What are y'all doing for Mania? Are you doing anything for Mania? Are you just following along and watching what everybody else is up to? Because I like to do that too. Instagram and FlossTube are fabulous for that. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. And that's pretty much it. You know, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them down below. Your comments the last video, y'all were so nice. I so appreciate them. They made my day, those little happy comments. So if there's any questions you have, or any great ideas, or any feedback on any of my stuff, feel free to leave it below. I'm going to do my best to post everybody and everything I talked about in my description box below. I'm still on target. My goal still is to film every 2 weeks, so be looking for me in about 2 weeks. I appreciate all the shout outs and everybody's watches and subscribes and likes. That's been a really fun part of this process. So y'all have a wonderful week. Next weekend is Easter, so have a happy Easter if you celebrate, and take care. See you next time.